Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro, every day. And today is the day. One more deck to go. Gold stakes on every deck, beating not just Ante 8 every time, but beating Ante 9 as well. The deck number 15 is the Erratic Deck. Here we go. Alright. I have a little bit fewer diamonds, a little bit extra hearts and clubs. I have 7 jacks. Not that many kings or queens, but I have 7 jacks. I have 7 sixes. Okay. My jacks are hearts and clubs. That makes sense. My sixes are mostly spades. Okay. So here, sixes and jacks as a full house works. I could go for 10s and jacks. I could go for a king or an 8 for a straight. Let's go 6s and jacks. Bummer. Go one more. I could do 6s and 3s. This doesn't win, but we can follow it up with jacks. Okay, could take Shoot the Moon here, but we only have 3 queens. Could take Odd Todd, but it's a rental. Sometimes when I'm playing on the Erratic deck, if I feel the deck is safe enough, I can just play the big blind without buying anything. It's not necessarily the big blind that I'm worried about, but the question is, if I don't take this buffoon pack here, what happens if the next shop also doesn't have a useful joker? And then I have to go into the boss without any equipment? Will we be okay? I think we probably take the buffoon pack to be safe. We can pick up the bus here. We can take the photograph. I do have a lot of jacks. The safe play is to take the bus and go next. All right. So let's play a few pairs probably. Well, maybe not too many pairs. If we got holographic. Holographic kind of strong actually. Chip it. Maybe we do the high card, at least for a little while. Level up the bus. We can take a certificate. That's great. Could take Slide Joker. I think if I have holographic, I don't need Slide Joker. I like the certificate. Go next. Okay, we got access to the extra Erratic deck. Hierophant. That's something that probably I just want the money. Alright, I'm going to play the 2s because they're worth less points. Play another 2. And then win with a 10. Alright. We could take a Spectral pack. Spectral pack, usually I'm looking for seals, but the certificate already covers that. I would onk the bus. I could go Cryptid. I could go Deja Vu. Alright, so here's a very real thing that we could do. I could go Deja Vu on a jack, and we're doing the bus right now in the short term, but maybe in the long term, we switch to 4 of a kind jacks. We switch to photograph, red seal. I can make a red gold jack. I think I prefer that over Cryptid here. I could use Cryptid to make more 5s. Play a lot of 5s. 5s you can also re-trigger with the hack, if that's something that we want to do. Maybe. Make a red seal 5. Fine. Okay. Sure. Go next. All right, we got the purple 9. Sun. Yeah, so start with the pair of 6s. The high card 5 wins because it's got extra chips. It's a bonus card. I want to find my other purple seal, so let's go ahead and play, I don't know, 10 high here. Didn't quite work. So we can play the 7, I guess. Alright, we don't get a lot of money, but we do got a big bus. We get a gold seal 5. That's great. So how about I can play the pair of 5s. Nice. I can play a pair of 6s, throwing away the face cards. I can play the pair of 9s, or is the 9s too powerful? Maybe I play the 2. Great. We can play the 9s and the 5s if you want. Boss says -1 hand size, that's okay. Drunkard, Faceless Joker. Faceless Joker is great. Then I can't afford the boss reroll, but that's okay. Alright, I'm going to start by playing the 10s. I'm going to save my discards for the Faceless Joker. Okay. I can play a pair of 2s, trying to get another face card. Discard the faces. I can use Death probably to copy a 5. Either a purple 5 or a gold seal 5. Probably I like purple. Let's get some more money. We can play 2 3s and then we can win with the 5s. 5s and 3s. Save the death card and go next. Once again demonstrating how powerful the bonus cards are for the extra chips. If we got a bunch of molt from the bus, we probably don't go back in time if we're using the bus. Could take hallucination here as a rental. Probably too expensive as a rental. You want to buy these booster packs? Probably not. So go next. Save our money for interest. This, by the way, this is how you do the bus. Is you on the gold stakes, you never know what you're gonna get, right? And you might not be able to find any other kind of scoring help. And so investing a lot of money, investing a lot of extra hands into the bus, then saves us from having to find something later. Then I don't need to find something later. I do want to use Death to copy the blue seal probably. And now I have to decide, am I trying to play pairs or am I trying to play high card? With the bus, pairs is usually better because I can use a pair as a way of discarding face cards. And then also the pairs, you just get more chips. So let's do pairs instead of high card. Let's discard the face cards. And I can throw away a red seal ace. I could throw away a 3 probably. I'm going to keep the 5 because the 5 is a good finisher. Alright, let's play the 6s, which we know don't win on their own. Okay, we can discard the purple 5. We could copy the blue seal here. We could discard first. Now, I like the idea of copy the blue seal. That way we can discard the purple. I get justice. So yeah. Maybe what I want to do, I could do 3 of a kind in the short term, but if we get a lot of cards from the certificate, it's going to make it hard to get 3 of a kind in the future. Let's go make a glass 10, and then I actually don't mind if it breaks. Nice. We can play 2 3s. Ship it. We can play 5s and get 2 Mercury cards. There you go, just like we drew it up. Alright, now with the 2 Mercury cards, our pairs are much more powerful. I could go Invisible here and copy the bus. That seems like a good idea. That seems like actively not bad. We could take another Mercury card here. Go Arcana. So Temperance gives me 10. I could use Strength to make another purple 5. Maybe it doesn't matter if I have the certificate. Give me a bunch of random cards. So let's just take Temperance. And I could reroll here, but I'm gonna save the money for the rental fee. Let's go next. After Invisible Joker is done, then we can reroll. I have 3 face cards I can discard. I could play the pair of 6s first. Let's just discard. Alright. I could play 3 of a kind 6s instead of the pair. 3 of a kind is worth less points. Marginally less points. I can play high card 8. Okay, I wanted to discard the face cards. Maybe that's not going to happen. Okay, we got the blue seal, so I can play 2s, and I can finish with 5s. Maybe I can play high card 10. It's not worth risking it for 1 molt. Play the pair just to be safe, and then ship it. Alright. Okay, runner. We don't go back in time because I can't give up a hand. We could go standard packs. Stone card. No. Purple 2. I'm gonna say no to a purple 2. I just want the blue seals, honestly. Alright. I can play only 1 hand type. So let's start with a pair of 3s. The next pair wins, so we can throw away some hands if we want to throw away some hands. I do want to discard purple. Star and Tower we get rid of because we have 2 blue seals. Alright, I have extra 5s and I have extra 6s. So let's discard the face cards. We can throw away a hand here. If it doesn't score, then it doesn't mess up the bus. Okay, I can finish with a pair of 6s. All right. Okay. Certificate, Faces Joker. Now we got 2 buses. 40 molt each. We could take a riffraff. Yeah, maybe. So we got money. We could go clearance sale. We go riffraff. Since we have the blue seals, we have plenty of points with just the buses. So whatever I get from the riffraff, I could just sell it probably. Maybe you want to level up 4 of a kind or high card. Go high card just to be safe, maybe. Arcana, we can reroll first. We could take a Mars card. Nah. Alright, 2 Eternals. I would like to avoid Eternals if possible. If we want to try to make a very long run, we can remove the face cards and go next. Alright, we don't need to skip for 34 bucks here because we're going to get value from the riffraff, we're going to get value from the buses, we're going to get value from the blue seals and the purple seals and the gold seal. We don't need this photograph. Slide Joker is pretty strong. So, start with a pair of 3s. Uh-oh. Oops. I did say the Slide Joker is pretty strong, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, let's take Michelle here. Get rid of the Slide Joker. What's in here? Another blue one? Sure. Don't need a red seal queen. We could go one more. Oil, pretty strong. Let's just take our chances on the riffraff. We got the wetness. Splash is particularly bad with the bus because now I can't throw away face cards. Alright. Let's go pair of 2s. Nice. I can get a pair of 6s. Yeah, sure. Pair of 6s. I could try the high card, but with plus 80 mult, I don't know, it could be a lot. So let's just play the pair. We're at the point where I don't have to worry so much about growing the bus. Now I just want to make sure that I maximize my blue seal value. Okay, Arcana, or I guess Arcana first, the order doesn't matter. Fool gives me Mercury, sure. I could go Empress here on 5s or 2s, or I guess it doesn't matter. Not really anyway. Yeah, no, maybe make some mult 2s. I'll do the 5 because I have more 5s than anything else. Maybe we can get a driver's license in the future. Foils could be good with the bus, but I'm just going to pass because I already had the blue seals. Let's go next. Hey look, it's Todd. So let's start with a pair of 6s. Try not to score too many points right away. Oops, that's too many points. Alright, my bad. Maybe keep the 5. Priestess. Bummer. I guess the pair of 5s wins. Play the 5s. Try to get the blue seal. Ah, beans. Alright. Tempting again. Boss says my face cards are debuffed. Alright, we don't need the red card, we don't need a rental. Standard packs probably we don't need, but there's always a chance you get a blue seal. Arcana we can reroll for tarot cards first. Probably don't need Todd anymore if I already have level 10 pairs. So let's just keep farming riffraff value. Let's go one more. We could throw it back. That seems irresponsible. Let's just go Arcana. Emperor. Strength and Star. Strength I can turn 1 king into an ace is something that I like to do when I have the bus. I can turn a 4 into a 5. I can turn a 2 into a 3. 4 into 5, 2 into 3. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Let's go next. Alright, 5s. Ship it? Alright, I was about to say there's no way that it's 25,000, right? There's no way. We don't need this 3. Discard. I'm looking for an opportunity to use my strength. I can do the 2 into a 3, like I said. I can turn a 6 into a 7 is probably not relevant, but I can turn a 7 into an 8. Alright, play the 5s. Alright, now I want a crystal ball. I got so many blue seals, give me a crystal ball. Two celestial packs. We could take a faceless joker instead of this riffraff. The odds of us getting 3 face cards to discard, pretty low chance, but we could try it. Alright, with the bean, the chances go way up. Chariot, I can make a red steel card. Do I want the 8-ball? 8-ball is more likely to happen than this faceless joker, but as an eternal, let's just skip it. We could take Dr. Acula. That seems okay. Instead of the faceless joker. Sure. Alright, I'm into it. Let's do it. Open the celestial packs. I can go $5 celestial pack. Nah, let's go next. Alright, so blue steel. Make a Zoolander. Oh, no, I wanted to make red steel. Alright, I'm going to try to use death to make... I can make another blue. I can make a blue gold card. I can make another purple for Dr. Acula. Purple seems good enough, so I can make another 9, I can make another 5. Let's make more 5s. That seems fun. Don't need the sun. We can play 2 3s. We can discard... Alright, Dr. Acula goes on the left. Let's discard the purple first. Alright, I can use death. So 5s. And then use death for more purple. Okay. Strength. I said 4s into 5s, 2s into 3s. I don't need your judgment. Let's go 3s. I could play 2 pair to stall with the 2 pair. Okay. I could play 2 pair again and try to draw another blue seal. Okay, we got another blue seal. Let's play a pair of 6s. Or we could play 2 pair again, probably. Try to get the gold card. Try to get the gold seal. Try to get more bus equity. Alright, pair of 3s. Ship it. Alright. You know what? Instead of red steel, we should go red gold. Yep. Standard packs. Is there anything I would actually take from a standard pack? Yeah, give me another blue seal. Stone, I'm gonna say no. Blue jack. It's blue enough for me. Let's go next. Base cards are debuffed. So let's start with a full house. Nice. We can do 2 pair. We could do jacks and 5s. Nice. We could do 3s, and I could just play 3 3s. We could do the 3 of a kind. All right, now what do I want to turn into gold? I want to do red gold. I could do maybe a gold 5. Let's do this. Let's do discard the 5. Pool for Mercury, or don't make extra gold card. Mercury's okay. Let's make a gold card. Use Mercury, discard purple. Hungman. So I could save it for the face cards. I could use it on nines and 7s, 9s and 6s. 9s and 7s. Play the 5s. Ship it. Alright, we got a nice amount of points there. We've got 1.4 on Dr. Acula. Hero Merchant seems like something that I want all the time. Extra discard here is great for the purple seals. Standard packs, I just like looking. Would you look at that? A 5. Go next. Alright, so we could play 2 pairs, 6s and 3s. Throwing away a face card. Okay. We could discard the 1 purple. Get a moon. Yeah, maybe not important. So how about 3s and 8s as 2 pair? We can ship it. Okay, I could do 7s and 6s as 2 pair. And then we can start discarding purple. Discard the 8. Okay, so we said we could remove 9s, so queen and the 9 we can hang them. I can discard the 5, we can keep the 6. Star, alright, 6s or we play the 5s. It doesn't really matter. We just want to make room for the blue seals and ship it. Okay. Alright. Pool for Mercury. We can go Arcana first. Do I want to go red steel? Or just take a Mercury card? We got plenty of opportunity to get Chariot later, so let's use the Mercury card, Fool for the Mercury card. We could hold on to the Fool, but I'm going to have to make room for my blue seals anyway, so I might as well use the Fool right away. We could take a Buffoon pack to replace the Bean. Misprint? Nah. Go next. Alright, here we can play a pair of threes. This one doesn't one-shot. We can discard jacks and fives. Lovers we don't need. We can go four of a kind. Four of a kind threes, throwing away a king. Okay. We could go high card ace. Is high card too much? It'll be fine. Alright. Now we play the fives. We can discard more purple. Lovers on the 5 and ship it. All right. DNA. If I want to make more, I mean, it could be anything. I don't think this is the deck for DNA. I don't think this is the build for DNA. Star, nope, let's go Arcana. Emperor or Magician. Emperor can give us money, can give us death, can give us a tower. That's cool. Let's go next. Alright, this is the last round on the bean. Okay, remember that? Okay. I want to go... I can save the death card. I can stone the ace. Face down after played. Let's go ahead and play this pair. The stone card isn't actually going to give us the extra chips, but it will grow the vampire. Chip it. Alright. So I can use that to copy the gold seal. I can copy the red steel card. Red steel seems like something that I want to do. I could play the four of a kind. Okay. Discard the face down ones. I get a justice card. So I could use death to copy the purple seal. I could use death to make more of these red steel fives. Let's make some red steel fives. That seems fun. All right, let's go glass 9. We can suck off with the vampire. All right, and then just discard all these face down ones. All right, I probably at some point discarded my blue seals, but that's okay. We could just play the fives and ship it. I always forget the bean. Oh, that's $3 reduce. All right. This kind of rerolls. This boss has no repeat hand types. No problem. We can go Spectral Pack. I can't Hex. I don't really need Deja Vu. I could go Aura on the ace. Oil would be good. Polychrome, 1 in 6 chance. Yeah, just like that. Alright. I could get a Justice card. I could get 2 Lucky cards. I guess we go Lucky 5s. So I can play a pair of 4s. I'm interested in using Strength on the ace. Probably. Turn the aces into 3s, maybe? Alright, I got blue seals in hand. I can... For now, I can play high card ace. Okay. I could do 3 of a kind 6s. I can discard... Alright, I only need 2 blue seals. Okay. I'm looking for purple. Wait, it's too late. Alright, play the 2 5s. Rip it. Cool. Go next. So I can take Lovers for the Vampire. I can take a Celestial Pack. Skip. Arcana, we can reroll once. We could pick up the Chad. Chad, usually pretty bad with the Vampire because the Vampire sucks off your enhancements, but Chad is okay with the Polychrome, and then we can always replace the Vampire later. I'm into it. That's what I'm trying to say. Fool for the Mercury. We get Mercury here because we skip the Celestial Pack. That's why I always skip the Celestial Packs. I'm not playing any other hand that's other than pairs. So I could take a Mercury card, or I could use the Empress to grow the Vampire. I think the Vampire, because we have Polychrome, I think we end up replacing the Vampire now that we have the Chad. So, okay. Probably we take the Mercury card then. And go next. I'm not going to use the Mercury card right away. What I'm going to do is use Lovers first and then Mercury. Alright, here's a pair. Pair is 80,000. Okay. We can play 2 pair. Presumably less points. We can play high card 6. We can find some more 5s. All right, we got the tower. I can stone something. I can keep the 8s. I don't need the 3. Discard purple. Temperance. All right, so stone the gold seal. Use temperance. 1, 2, 3. Gold seal in front and ship it. Yum. Hierophant is fine for the Vampire. Celestial Pack, we skip. If there's no Mercury, we just skip. Looking for more material for my Vampire. Justice seems good enough. Let's go next. Alright, no repeat hand types, so let's start with the 3 of a kind. Okay. We can follow it up with, I was hoping for 2 pair. Maybe what we do is we play high card instead. I can't do 3 5s. I could discard first. I could do 4 5s. Maybe. Sure. With the gold seal in front. Alright. Discard the 9s and the 2. Hierophant. I can discard purple again. Moon we don't need. We got a blue jack we don't need. Alright. I can play a pair of 5s. And chip it. Calculated. Alright, we could pick up a blue joker. I suppose that's allowed. Sure, I'm gonna keep the discard because I can get the purple seal value. We don't need 2 buses. I can copy the Chad and we can get more gold seal value. I could take a gold seal 6 for even more money. I think since it's a 6, I'm just gonna pass on it. I still want to get the strength cards for the ace. Let's get not a magician. Maybe priestess. Maybe we want Andrew here for the extra discard. I actually realized I only have 4 purple seals, which maybe is not a lot of purple seals. Maybe. I have a strength card here, but I don't have the ace, so I'm going to use death. Death, probably we make another purple seal. I can make a lucky 5. Alright, go next. So, alright. We actually have a straight here. Yeah, ship it. I don't need to be aggressively feeding the bus, actually. I can play 2 5s here. I can probably get away with playing 2 5s here. But just to be sure, get rid of the planets. Put the 5 in front and ship it. Nice. I can discard purple now. Star, no. Strength, okay. Okay, so I can strength the jack. And yeah, let's go strength here. Try to turn the blue seal into an ace. Okay, now that we got the 2, we can play the pair of 5s. I guess. Yeah, that's it. Chip it. Alright. Mercury, sure. Vampires at ×3. Boss has random joker disabled. Okay. Could take a gift card here. Maybe. It's a rental, but it makes my temperances better. Instead of the drunkard. Maybe I'll still keep the drunkard. Go one more. World, nope. Nope. Mercury, sure. Saturn. Let's just open the spectral pack. We could use ectoplasm. We could use aura again. I think I like the idea of going ectoplasm. But I would have to probably get rid of the drunkard here. Great. Go one more. Alright. Alright, now we can discard a 5. Priestess. We can play a pair of 3s, throwing away a 5. Okay, we can discard another 5. I have a chariot, so I can play this pair of 5s. I can throw away a 2. We have 5s. I could make... Let's throw away a 6. I can make a red steel jack. I can make a red steel 5. I'm gonna go red steel jack. Play the 5s. Okay. And ship it. All right. Star, Todd. Boss gonna disable random jokers. That's kind of awkward. Could take the lovers for the vampire. We could take a runner. We could try not to spend all our money. Fool gives me Mercury, or we could spin the wheel. I guess I will take a Mercury card. Alright, so we don't just want to beat Ante 8, we also want to beat Ante 9. Go next. Oh no, my runner. So what if we do a little discarding? What if we go gold seal here, 5? Okay. I want to do the Chad because it gives me more money. Ship it. Alright, my blue joker is disabled. That's okay. Here's a pair of 5s. Chip it. Alright, that's it. Alright, couple of build options now. If you wanted to take this for a long run, something that we don't really do a whole lot is we don't really do these like red steel cards because I mean it's just challenging to find the red seals. It's challenging to find the steel cards, turn them into red seals, or find a red seal and turn it into steel. Usually it's better. The steel cards don't usually help you that much unless your hands are already very high level, and maybe even at level 40 pairs seems like a lot, high level pairs, but then only gives me plus 20 mult for the steel card. And so usually it's better to just make red gold cards rather than red steel. But if you do have a lot of steel, that can be worthwhile. If we are playing pairs or if we're just playing high card, we can have extra cards held in hand. We can have extra steel cards held in hand. That can be an interesting build path. Obviously, the steel happens before the bus, so the bus really isn't doing that much for us, even though it's already at plus 87 because of the holographic. We have the Chad, we have the blueprint to copy the Chad. If we find, let's say, a photograph, you could maybe do like pairs of jacks, and we already have a red seal jack, and so use the purple seals to make more of these red steel jacks. Red steel is useful because it's red steel, and then also because it's a jack that you can trigger the photograph with it. Vampire is good for 8 antes. It's possibly good enough for ante 9. It's not really an ante 10 plan. It's not really an ante 11 plan, because then you actually do want the glass cards and the re-triggerable type of X-Molt effects. And so maybe it makes sense to drop the vampire and rely on the red steel cards. Rely on the Chad being able to re-trigger the polychrome. We'll see. This boss, by the way, playing a pair takes away all my money. That's rude as heck. Alright, here we could also consider maybe with the polychrome card. I don't really have a 4 of a kind type of deck, but maybe I could start leveling up my 4 of a kind. 4 of a kind long term will overtake the pairs. Since we already have, I don't know, 13 5s, 10 3s, polychrome 2 can become a polychrome 3. I want Own. I want Mega Arcana pack. Fool copies Mars. That's a bummer. I could make a glass card. Usually we do glass cards, but maybe with the vampire we do steel instead. I could do a steel 5. I could do a steel 3. I can take the chariot to go, and then I can use the chariot on a red seal. So I've got a red 5, I've got a red 2. Go next. Alright, here I can play the pair of 9s. Stone the 10. The jack, if you stone it, it doesn't count for the bus. Right? Chip it. So the jack scores, but it doesn't crash the bus when the vampire sucks off the stone card. Alright, I've got the 5 in hand. We know the pair wins. Let's discard. So we can get our purple. Okay, we've got gold. We can make a steel queen, make another Zoolander, and then ship it. Get a couple of Mercury cards. Level 41. Alright, Celestial Pack. We can skip Plutonium. Mail-in Rebate is great with the blueprint. Buffoon Pack, we could take a Spaceman to replace the Runner, but our 2 pair is already high enough to where that doesn't matter. We can go one more. Alright, we could take a Spaceman to replace the Runner. And go next. Alright, I want to copy Mail-in Rebate. I want to play a pair of 6s. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to copy the Spaceman? So discard the 5s. We keep 3s. because we know we have extra 3s in the deck. 10s, we can hang them. I could remove face cards, but 10s are also okay. I could play high card here, just as a throwaway. I want to draw more 5s. I get more from discarding the 5 than I get from playing the 5. Alright, Sun. Play the 3s. The 3s don't have a lot of blue seals, but maybe that's okay at this point. So let's copy the Spaceman and then ship it. Bummer. Rebate on 5s again. Yum. Alright, the boss is going to take away all my money. Cartomancer here is good. Cartomancer for the vampire. Cartomancer for turning my polychrome card into a 3 with a strength. Yeah, extra hand size also probably pretty good. Makes it easier for us to do the steel cards, are easier for us to do the blue seals. I think the long-term play is to take the Cartomancer, which you can copy with the blueprint. Maybe the short-term play is to take the Juggler. Juggler also makes it easier to do mail-in rebate, easier to do the bus. Juggler just makes everything easier. Steel cards, blue seals with the Juggler. Also, the thing that's awkward about the Cartomancer is I've got $100 to reroll here. I'm probably going to buy tarot cards. Even though I have 3 consumable slots, I can find 3 tarot cards, no problem. Gold Seal Queen we don't need. Holographic 9 we don't need. Alright, let's find some tarot cards. We could take the Burglar. Burglar very good with the bus. Maybe Burglar is not so good with the purple seals. Burglar with blueprint, it triples our hands basically. And so you get 3 times as many points basically. Go next. Alright. Campfire also very good. If you wanted to beat Ante 10, you could take the Campfire and then grow it very aggressively fast. Huh. Emperor? Fool for an Emperor. We could do better, right? Devil is okay. Temperance gives me 14 bucks. We should have taken the gift card when we had the chance. Go one more. Polychrome Todd gives us a polychrome amount of points. Let's go one more. We can take the Hung Man. We could take the Seltzer. I think I like having the Juggler. I can take Lovers for my Vampire to suck off. And go next. Alright, so now it doesn't really make sense to do the rebate. So let's just get out of here, right? Kings and 8s, we can hang them. We can play 2 pair. Trying to draw blue seals and draw purple seals. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, ship it. Okay. We can discard. I have a pair of 3s. I can make a gold 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ship it. Hummer. Alright. Vampire is 3.5. Rebate on 3s. We're broke. We can go next. Boss says face cards face down. That's okay. So, alright. Okay. Okay. How about discard the jacks and the purple and the 3? Okay, I can make a red steel card like we've been talking about. I can play a pair of 6s. Cool. That's it. Rebate on 5s now. The bus is replaceable. Hermit gives me money. I'll take the money so we could do a little re-rolling. We could do a mime. Okay. Okay. Alright. Sure. Go next. So, rebate on 5s. Okay. Discard the 5s. All of them. Lovers and Hermit. Okay, so I like this idea. We can go play the full house for the vampire. Followed up with a hermit. Okay, we can discard the 5s. Okay, I could do 3s. So now, if I play this pair, copying the vampire gives us more points. Times 3.6 is going to be better than the mime currently gives us times 1.5 times 1.5. It gives us 2 extra activations. So we copy the vampire. And then at the end of the round, we copy the mime, and the mime will re-trigger my gold cards. Cool. Now, this red steel jack, I could turn into a red steel king, possibly. It's possible. We can shoot the moon. No, we can't. That's a lie. Okay. Standard. Alright, always looking for maybe more purple. Maybe a blue seal king. Because it's a king? Yeah, maybe. Lovers. Extra discard. I probably don't need the chat anymore. Let's take the extra discard. We could get a showman. That could give us another mime. It could give us another blue joker. I could do the showman instead of the mail-in rebate. I could do the showman instead of the extra discard. Golden ticket doesn't work with the vampire. That's okay. We could start taking plutonium. Okay. Hungman, devil is great with the mime, of course. Strength. Go next. Okay. Alright. Okay. Rebate on 9s. Let's go next. So, I think 6s and 4s, we're going to hang them. And with the face cards, I would like to use strength on the face cards, but if I can't see them, then I can't do it. So I guess I'm just going to discard here. World. Okay. World doesn't do anything. I can play a pair of 3s. I could play a pair of 5s. This doesn't win. Okay. I probably need to find steel. So how do we get to the steel cards? We can play the 3s. Okay. There's a couple of steel cards. So how do I want to use my strength? I could turn... None of these cards are relevant to strength, so I'm going to play the pair of 6s. Get rid of the strength. Make a gold 6. And then ship it. Alright, unfortunately we lose the mail-in rebate. That's okay. We can find another one. Alright, in the next round, we need 29 million points, which we can do with steel. It's possible. Alright. The buffoonery. We don't have the Chad. We could take Senor Huesos here. Huesos is ×4 in an emergency. It might be better to do this though. It might be better to do hallucination. Temperance gives me 14. We could take a purple 5 because it's purple. Also, it's a 5, I guess. I think I'm gonna say no. Maybe the steel 4. I should have taken the steel 4. Priestess probably doesn't matter. All right, Emperor. There's the strength card that I wanted. Again, okay. We could make room for a stencil. We could take a trading card. Trading card is good, but it doesn't help us in the short term, and I think we might actually be done soon in the short term. The Hungman helps. Maybe parking money. Go next. All right. Boss says no discards. That is stinky. So this is what we need to do. 8 and 3, we can hang them. We need to discard and find as many steel cards as possible. I could make a steel king. I could save the chariot. I could use my strength now on the queen. I can save my strength in case I need to enable a pair. I can throw away the jack. I should be copying the parking for money. Okay. I can play an 8 here. We lose the gold. That's a bummer, but that's okay. I can play 3 3s. I just want to draw one more steel. Okay, so I can turn a 5 into a 6. I think that's what needs to happen. I can turn my 9 into a 10. I can turn my queen into a king, you know? I can use chariot on a jack. If I play the pair of 6s, now copying the mime is best. Because we got 5 1.5s is bigger than Dr. Acula. Let's go ahead and ship it. Alright, there's something you don't see every day. We've done a lot of chat. We've done a lot of sock and busking. We've done a lot of photograph, glass cards, retriggering, X-Mult on the gold stakes. We don't usually get to do the mime with the steel cards. Alright, go next. So, strength is helpful in an emergency, which it could be an emergency. Standard pack. I will skip the king. Too late for the constellation. Would have been great. Constellation, we got almost 60 Mercury cards. Chariot is good. Magician doesn't matter. We could take a photograph. Photograph gives us the ×2. We could take the photograph to replace the showman. We could replace the parking. It's not impossible. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. I think if we do survive, I would like to try to survive without the photograph, without the Eternals, you know? Alright, so we just need to find our steel cards. Save discards for purple seals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, whoops. Okay, I can discard 2 purples. I think I want to do 1 at a time purple so I can keep the chariot and I can keep the strength in case of emergency. Death. Also kind of the get out of jail free kind of flavor. So let's discard, I guess. Play the 2 pair. All right. So copying the mime here, I could use strength to make another jack. Could be useful. I could use chariot to make a steel 3. Seems useful. I could use death to turn the 8. Maybe I should have held the chariot because I don't actually have enough in hand. So trying to figure out if we can win with just high card, if we have an extra steel card in hand. But I think the safe thing to do is just play the pair. And I could sell the vampire, and probably we're fine without the vampire. Then I won't lose the steel card, maybe. Boss says no discards. Maybe I can give up the 1 steel, maybe that's okay. Alright. Yeah, the high card would have been fine, turns out. There's that photograph again. Take the plutonium. Alright, let's do this. Let's go... We can take the photograph, just for the short term. We can pick up another steel card. We can take a hung man. That's very helpful against this boss. That allows us to draw 2 additional cards and put them directly into our hand. Fool, Emperor, Hungman. These are desirable quantities. Let's go next. All right. Stinky. So I can 6 and 2. We can hang them. Use the Fool for another hung man. Use the Emperor. Oh. All right. Well, I can play the King. Chip it. Um, 3 and 6, we can hang them. Use the Fool. Throw the 9. Okay. 4 and 3, we can hang them. Yeah, we can hang them. And then throw the 3? Probably. Okay, I can make a gold 5. I can play a pair of 3s. And ship it. Yes. All right. Oh, play only 1 hand? Bummer. I guess I could take a mime. That seems profitable. If I take the mime, are we done with the vampire? If the vampire is gonna make me lose my steel cards. Now we could stick with the vampire a little bit longer. We could take the Omen Globe. We can take Celestial Pack for Mars. Probably not gonna matter. Before we go Arcana, we could do a little re-rolling. Could take an extra discard here. I think now extra discard instead of the vampire so we can find our steel cards. Could take Invisible Joker instead of the Showman. Maybe I don't need the extra discard that bad. Fool for Mercury, or we can hang him. So 2 and maybe I don't need the gold seal or the blue seal 8s anymore. Maybe 2 and 8 we can hang them. Maybe I don't need the 5s anymore. Maybe 2 and 5 we can hang them. Yeah, go next. So I can play a pair, I can discard. Let's play a pair first. Okay, I could discard purple. Magician, we could discard purple again. All right. So I can play the pair, or we can play high card. High card would give us more money from the gold card. How many 5s do I have? I only have 4 more 5s in the deck. I'll play the pair to be safe, I guess. Alright, so we scored 4 times what we needed, which means if we played the high card instead of the pair, it wouldn't have been enough. Good thing we played the pair. That's important to know going into the next round. I do need to actually play a pair. I do need to find some materials to help me with that. Alright. Standard pack. Polychrome 2 doesn't work because I don't have extra 2, so I'm just going to skip it. Empress Lovers. Strength, that's it. Go next. Alright. I can... playing pairs without the steel cards in hand doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to use all my hands here. We can discard purple, we could get death. Alright, death means we're probably safe. Temperance for 15. Play this pair. Cool. So I can use death to make more red steel cards. I could use strength on the queen to make a king. So queen becomes a king. 3s can stay 3s, 5s can stay 5s. Death makes another red one. I am forced to play the 5. This is better than playing the 3. Play the 5s. Chip it. Alright. That was with 2 red seals in hand. So if we had only 1 red seal in hand, it wouldn't have been enough points, by the way. Got it. Okay, in Weasable here, we can... We don't have to do it right away. We have Showman. Emperor, 2 world cards, doesn't matter. Mega Standard Pack, doesn't help. I could take another steel 7, but I don't actually need regular steel. I need red steel specifically, so I'm going to skip. Hungman helps. Plutonium maybe doesn't help. Chariot helps. Okay. And then sell the Showman. I go next. So probably Jackson 7. We delete. Discard 1 3, find 1 more 3. Polychrome 2 is not what I want. I could turn the polychrome into steel. I need to find a pair here. I could play the pair of jacks. Yeah, maybe that's it. I can play the pair of jacks, I can play the pair of 5s. I can make another red steel card. Alright, how about a pair of jacks? Chip it. We were close, yeah. I mean, we were very close. We were barely scraping by. We were, what is it? We needed the extra discards so that we can dig for more steel cards. We needed more steel cards in hand. Or at 500 million, if you just play 500 million 3 times, then that also beats this boss. But of course, this boss only 1 hand, so we weren't able to do it. We got the extra mime. Extra mime gave us more value per steel card, but what we needed was actually more steel cards. So if you think about it, you have the one steel card that's times 1.5, and then mime is another times 1.5, another times 1.5, another times 1.5. If I add another times 1.5 on top of that, then that's only, it goes from 4 activations to 5 activations. It's only maybe, 25% more activations or something like that, compared to if I have one extra steel card in hand, then that one steel card is worth 4 activations or something like that. The thing that really makes this build take off is the Baron itself. Just like when you have, let's see here, we've done a bunch of these with like Sock and Buskin, but without idle. And if Sock and Buskin, if the only thing you're doing is retriggering the photograph, or the only thing that you're doing is retriggering the glass, as powerful as glass is, if you do Sock and Buskin and Blueprint and Brainstorm and all these retriggering things and Dusk for just the glass effect, then you're going to hit a wall. And what you really need is this balance between your Blueprints and Brainstorms, some copying the retriggering effect, some copying the scoring effect itself. And so that was the thing that we were missing. We were missing the Baron, which itself gives points. Earlier, as far as like scoring is concerned, you score more with the Baron than you do with the Mime. Mime giving you extra copies of the steel. Baron is better to start. And then also you can make gold cards, and then the Baron can give you points for your gold cards. You can copy the Baron with your Blueprints and Brainstorms. And I think in the kind of early game, let's say like the first 6 antes, the Mime is better because you can get the money from retriggering gold cards. If you have to choose between the Mime and the Baron, you take the Baron because it's rare, and then you can find the Mime later because it's an uncommon. And even though the Mime gives you extra money on your gold cards, the Baron gives you extra money because it allows you to hold gold cards in hand instead of holding steel cards in hand. And then with that money, you can then find the Mime later. When you get to the mid antes, let's say ante 6 to ante 10 or something like that, then it's better to have the Mime because, well, then you have Blueprints and Brainstorms, and Blueprints and Brainstorms copying the Mime, then you're getting $9 to $12 per gold card held in hand. Except if you're using the Mime for points, you're holding steel cards instead of holding gold cards, so it's still better to have that Baron. So first 6 antes, Mime for money, and then in the later antes, when you actually do have a lot of kings in the deck, when you possibly have some red seals on the deck, then it's better to have the Baron first. Oh well. Ante 12 was more than I was expecting from this build. Definitely pairs, if you go, let's say, Photograph and Chad, can easily get to Ante 13, but on the gold stake, our resources are somewhat limited. We had a couple opportunities to take some Eternals, and we said no, because if you take the Eternals, you can't replace them later. All right, that's going to be 15 wins. 15 wins, ante 9 or higher, sometimes higher. We did a lot of ante 10, ante 11, ante 12 runs on the gold stake, 15 in a row. We'll be back with more. Take care, everyone.